Hello, an update from Colorado. In the last video, I talked about my friend Tina passing away 6 months ago, and her memorial was a couple of days ago, a taco and tequila party, or taco and tequila memorial. But it was like a party. It was just totally in true her fashion. Some things that I didn't take pictures just because that's not what I wanted to be doing. But as soon as I walked in, I was like, this just feels like so her. She had an extensive inventory of props because she was a wardrobe and prop stylist and had like if she had to do cooking book photo shoots, she had like full shelves of different sorts of dinnerware, and then she was just, very organized in that way. But she also would go to garage sales, estate sales throughout the years and collect things to use for shoots. And she always had a lot of trunks, like vintage, let's call them what they are, they're suitcases, but vintage trunks. And so right when you walk in, there was three of these vintage trunks open, and they were full of photos, just some Polaroids, some printouts of her life. Like I'm talking, high school, college, little kid, past that. And they did ask, in the RSVP, like to supply photos. And I thought that would be for um, the slideshow that was playing. And it was, but the fact that they printed these out, that was so cool because there were people being like taking photo, and then they had this cute like packages, like envelopes you could take to put your photos in. And she was always very good at packaging and sending out gifts to her clients and her friends. And so I was like, oh, this is just so many sweet notes to her. Um, and so some people were saying like taking the photos of them from college, being like, oh my God, I look horrible in this. Mostly just like they didn't like the way they looked. So they were taking the photos. So no evidence of them, which is funny because when I moved, I had all these bins, like Lena's box from my childhood and just growing up. And I was going through, my roommate's mom would give us a binder at the start, like a photo album, blank. You know, those blank sleeves. This is when people printed out photos for each year of college. And she did such a nice job, like making these binders. So I kept them. And when I moved, I was like, I don't really have the space for all these bins. Anyway, if I remember looking through these, again, this is before, you know, before phones had cameras. And it was like, how many photos of like my roommates and I in an ice luge do we need? And then just like the ridiculous pictures that you take when you're in college and high school. So I threw out a lot of them because it was like, well, I don't really need this. And do I need my kids to see this? Like when I'm dead and they're going through my books? Not. So, but it made me think like, well, maybe I shouldn't have thrown some of those out because it was just sweet and funny to have these trunks full of these photos that you could take home. And I also just want to touch upon synchronicities because I believe that is natural. Like you're supposed to have synchronicities in your life. It's not like this random thing that happens once in a while. It should just be like all the time. Kind of if you're in the right path, that's how it should be. That's my belief. And so I was talking with her cousin, and she was telling me how she has a picture of Tina in her kitchen or on her fridge, and she also has a crystal. I think it's just clear quartz because she said, each morning when the sun shines, which the sun never stopped shining in Colorado, it creates a rainbow and it shines on the picture of Tina. And she's telling me this and just how happy it makes her feel. And I'm like, oh, that's so great. And then at that moment, without hearing our conversation, her partner, her boyfriend, I still like saying boyfriend and girlfriend instead of partner, I know. But anyway, so Jeff comes over and interrupts our conversation, does not know that what we were talking about. And he says, hey guys, it's raining outside right now and there's a rainbow. And I was like, oh, so of course, we're in our dresses, but I run out there in the back patio and it's like, when it's just sunny and raining, that's the conditions that create a rainbow. And there's this beautiful long rainbow. And of course, we're taking pictures like we're little kids and stuff. And that was so sweet. And then when I was talking to Tina's parents, her dad showed me this very small signature of her name that he got as a tattoo. And I'm like, that's great. And so I look at her mom and I say, what about you? Are you going to get a tattoo? And she says, yeah, I'm still thinking about it. She said, I actually just had a knee replacement. I was like, what does that mean? She goes, well, you can't get a tattoo or, do anything like that for the first 6 months or something. Don't quote me on that time, but after you have this surgery. And I said, okay, what are you thinking of? She says, well, probably, something like an angel. I'm like, that's beautiful and perfect. And she says, and probably something with 1, 2, 3. And I had never put this together, which is odd because it's just numbers plain in your face. But so she was born on January 23rd. So 1, 2, 3. And she passed away on December 3rd. So 1, 2, 3. And her mom said that a couple days before this memorial, her sprinklers are set to come on at 5 in the morning. And she was woken up in the middle of the night by the sprinklers. And she looked, and it was 1:23 a.m. And I just want to share that with you to validate any synchronicities that you're feeling, or maybe you're like, maybe that wasn't. It is. It is. And Tina had this like gregarious laugh. Like Tina and my dad are the only people I know who have this like, you can find them in a crowd laugh. And this is one of the things that's just really memorable about her. And so I'm saying to her parents, I'm like, you know what? She was loud when she was here and she's loud when she's gone. Like she's sending signs to all these people, myself included. And it's just great because it's like, you need that. And also, it doesn't have to be from a deceased person, but I guess I just want to say, like, your synchronicities are right. Like, it's not random. And just smile and relish in knowing that.